All right, so let's continue from where we stopped. Let's go right into um okay, yeah, Python. Okay, so now we've done Bash and we see how interesting Bash has been to, in Bash has been very interesting, and it's we can see that we've been able to use it to quickly run the operation we wanted to run. But then you can see that we can also use Python. Please, as soon as you cannot hear me, you can let me know, please. Right. Right. So, all right. Advantage is good, good, good. Thank you so much, Edmond. All right. So, Python script, if you see what it will look like in Python, we have already used Bash and we saw what it looked like, but this is what it looks like in Python. Now, the reason why I'm talking about Python now is because I will just quickly take us on some. I know probably some of us already have Python, like some of us already know Python, and that's a very good one. Trust me, if you know how to code in Python, it will really help you on this journey. Yeah, to help you on this journey. Okay, so let's look at the Python version. So in the Python version, you can see it says import OS, and then look at it, it says replace this with this, and then you can see the directory, we can see all these other commands, right? So let's quickly see how we can use Python to do it, right? It says the steps are pretty easy in Python. First, we define a directory and then iterate through each file in the directory. So to find all files in the directory, we have to use the list directory method from the OS package. So when we check if the file name contains a hyphen in the next line, in such a case, we find the current path of the file by merging the directory and its name. We create the new file by replacing the hyphen with underscore using the replace method. So from there, we generate the new path file in a similar way. And finally, you can call the rename method on the OS package with that new file path as argument. So, all right, so let's quickly do that. Let me copy this. Let me copy this and let's use ChatGPT. So we're going to be using ChatGPT to just to refine the code, right? Help check this Python if it is good, right? So we use ChatGPT. So because of the white space, right? Because of the white space area that we had last, I don't want to take chances. I want us to just use Python to do it, right? So good, good, good. So look like Python already gave us a better way to do it, right? Okay, so let's continue. Let's copy this. So I've copied this now, and then I'm closing this because of the so now I'm going straight into my VS Code. I believe we should be seeing my VS Code. Use Ctrl J to go into the terminal. Right there in the terminal, I want to create some folders. So let's use bash, git bash. So I hope we can see still my screen. Let me check if you people are seeing my screen. Uh, can we still see my screen? Right. So let's go back. So now if you can see my screen, please let me know. If you can see my screen. So so we go ahead to create folders, right? So let's create files, right? So let's touch files. Let's touch file in cap. It has to have hyphen. That's the point. File one dot txt. File. dash 2 dot txt, file dash 3 dot txt, file dash 4 dot txt, file dash 5 dot txt, file dash 6 dot txt, file dash 7 dot txt, file dash 8 dot txt, file dash 9 dot txt, and then we'll be doing the last one, file dash 10 dot txt, and then we'll press enter to create all the files. All right, so the next thing we want to do is that, let me see, we still have current viewers 6. Okay, you guys are still viewing. Okay, I want to believe you're seeing my screen though. All right, the next thing is uh the next thing we want to do after we've created 10 file text. The next thing is we want to create a script, a Python script. So just say touch. So you can say script. Remember, it doesn't have to be script, but it is .py. So now I've created a Python script, right? So right there, we can paste what we have from ChatGPT. So now right here, we want to put in the path folder, the folder, the path to the folder, right? So let me go get the path. Um, I hope we are still seeing my screen. I don't know. I'm expecting responses. Uh, if we can still see my screen and if you are hearing me clearly. Okay, so uh, we want to go get it. So let's go get it. This is the folder. So I can from here I can get the path, and this exactly what I'm doing. So I'm pasting the part. So you can see I got the part just the same way we did it the last time. So, but then remember this time around we're using Python, right? Okay, so remember import OS, blah blah blah, and all that. All right, beautiful. So now that we have done that, we can close it. I have autosave, so it automatically saves anything. Although let's quickly go through the code so that we can be sure that we're fine. Let me see. I hope you guys are still hearing me. Okay, good, 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 good. Edmond can still hear me. All right, that's fine. Okay, so now this is the Python script, right? So this Python script, we're supposed to go through it. So let's quickly go through it together. We have import OS. So now let's quickly explain this script so that we can be sure what it does, right? So I want us to quickly go over the script together so that we can all uh, benefit, right? So let's say explain the script line by line. All right, so let's see what it does. Uh, so import OS. They said import OS, it imports Python built-in OS module. So which provides a way to interact rather with the file system. So when you are working with Python and you're trying to work with files, with this import OS is very important because it helps us to import some built-in OS module, right? That can help us. It provides a way to interact with the system file. So you can see that is why we have this right here. This is why we have import OS right here. So it's not for fun, it's to import things that will be beneficial. But the next one says directory, which is we specified, of course, I don't need to explain that. We've already done that before, right? So the next thing says if not os.path is directory, then print error. So this obviously is telling us that it will check if it is directory, and if it is not directory, if it's not a directory, then if there is if no directory is present, I mean it will check for this part. Remember, I've already defined a part, this particular part here. So to check for this part, if this part is not present, it's going to print an error that says that what uh file error directory so does not exist, right? Else else if it sees a file, it's going to go ahead. It says else for file name in os.list directory, so meaning that it loops through each files and folder name in the specified directory. And you remember what we said about a for yesterday? We said that for is for looping through. It iterates through things. So for file name, so it checks for all the file name in this directory. And let's go check the directory together. You can see the directory here. You can see tutorial, and then you can see all the files here. So for files in the tutorial, now what does it do? They will go ahead. It says uh, o.s list directory returns a list of all entries, files or folder in the folder. Do you get? So it actually checks for files and the folder, and then it checks it, right. And then let's see what happens next. The next thing is that if there is, do you see this hyphen in the file name? It checks if the file name contains an hyphen. So if it does, the script will rename it by replacing hyphen with underscore. Do you see now? So that is what that is for, this particular one. If this, you can see, if this is in file name and os part is file, right? So it is going to old part, it's going to replace it with a new file name, which is what, to replace this with this in the new file name. So and then it will now create a new file path with the new file name. So all right, so and then it says it creates a new file name, which I've explained. Then this builds the full path of the new file name, so it knows what the renamed file path should be. So and then we go ahead to, for this, it said os dot rename old hyphen underscore path comma new path. This renames the file by moving it from old path to new path. So you can see it quickly creates another path, right? From old path, you can see where is it, old path new. From here, so you can see, so here it creates it, and then from here it creates a new this is the old part, then it creates a new file, then it moves it to the old part. You can see that. All right, and then finally it says print this. So meaning that it prints a message to the terminal showing that the file was renamed. So which is fine, right? All right. So and then you can see. So that is what it's about, right? So let's see if it happens. Let's see if it works. So let's close our script and then let's try to run the terminal. So in the terminal, all we have to do is to, now I want to run a Python script. Uh, the way to run it, we can use Python, and then we say script.py. Let's see if it runs. If it doesn't run, then we check for how to run it. It says line 4. Oh, okay, it has issues with the path. So I know why it might have issues with the path, with the directory. Let's quickly fix that. So I think it's because of this space that is in between this one here that has this DevOps word that has space. So let me rename it to something that has no space. So you usually find issues with space when it comes to parts, file parts. So let me see. So I think we can reopen it, right? So let's close this first and then reopen again. So let me rename this. So renaming this we actually should actually help us solve the problem. I believe that that is the problem. So now I've renamed it. So I can now try to open it. This is tutorial file. I can try to see if I can open it with VS Code, or let me just I could just open VS Code first, VS Code, and then I can easily access it from there. So let's see, let's open VS Code. Let me see, I hope we can still hear me. Uh, uh, all right, Dr. James, you're welcome. Okay, so that's very good. Since you can still hear me, I think that is good, very good. So let's see. Let's continue. Um, so now I've opened my VS Code. Let me drag my I want to drag this inside the VS Code. That's another way to use to easily open things on your VS Code. All right, so having done that, I would say yes, it's trusted. Yes, I trust the author. And then I will say Control J. Control J brings up your terminal. I believe that I've corrected the spacing. So let me go back to Bash. Then going back to Bash, I need to when I get back to Bash, I want to just rerun the script, and I hope that it doesn't mess up this time around. So let's quickly say Python scripts dot py. Okay, it's still having issues. Position it's still having issues. Say line 4. Let me see line 4. Okay, yeah. So we have to correct line 4. Uh, have to correct line 4, which I've corrected. So you can see it's actually good we troubleshoot this way. It's actually how to learn, right? So let's go ahead. It's still saying line 4, saying file. Let me see. Can't decode by to position 2 3. Truncated escape. Let me see. Let's ask ChatGPT why I'm having this issue. ChatGPT should be able to provide. So that's actually how to learn, right? We actually learn by let me see, from backward slash to forward slash. Oh, okay, change the slash. Okay, Edmond, thank you, Edmond. He said we should change it to forward slash. Okay, Edmond, let me quickly do that. If that helps. Said I should change the forward slash to backward slash. Let's try. Edmond, thank you for that. Okay. Okay, so let's try it again. Let's clear our terminal and then let's rerun the script. Let's see. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So Edmond actually got it so well. So you can see that was all we're looking for, right? And wow, interesting. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you, Edmond, for that. So you can see that immediately we ran it, Python did the job. It renamed all the files immediately, removed all the hyphen and changed them to a text. So beautiful, right? Isn't it? So all right, so let's move ahead. So since we have done with Python, so I think the next thing I want to do is I want us to quickly once since we're done with Python now one thing I want us to do is I want us to actually check Python. Like we won't be using JavaScript. We don't have to. So Python is fine and that. So the next thing we want to do now is we're supposed to run go through the next thing, but I only want us to do that. I want us to go now to Python itself. Uh, I want us to learn Python online. So we're going to be learning Python. So the reason why I want us to learn Python is that I want us to quickly go through the fundamentals. So we might do it twice, maybe today and Friday, and then we start giving ourselves tasks on Python. So we need Python as just like I said, the aim of this thing is to actually get us to also learn. I mean, learn the right thing, not just learn, but learn the right thing, right? So, and as one of the things that we need to do, as one of the things that we need to use, right? Python is one of them. Python is one of the things we need to use as a cloud engineer. It's very important because it can be used in so many things. We just tested Python now. It was so sweet. It was so amazing. We were easily able to quickly, you can see, we were easily able to quickly use the script to what? To quickly rename the file. So that was interesting. Uh, yeah, of course. Edmond, don't worry, I would see to that. I would get the code in the group after the session. Don't worry, I got that. Thank you so much. Yes, so we're going to quickly start Python now. We can see how good Python is, and we need to pay attention, and that is why we want to do that. So let's do something about Python, and then trust me, will be good. All right, so Python is we wouldn't learn everything in class, like I said. Will just give us a push. So I'm purposely doing this so that for some of us who would who would be interested again to keep learning, because you have to keep learning Python, really know Python, and then of course the scripting part of Python. And then, but then aside the scripting part of Python, you have to understand Python so that you can be able to use it to write your scripts and also do some very nice automation, right? So let's go ahead into Python, and then let's see where we stop tonight, and then on the next meeting time would be rounding up on Python. I'm trusting that we finish through with Python. I'm hoping that we finish through with Python. So please, Edmond, once you have any issues with the streaming, uh, please let me know. Is the streaming still good? Hope it's not breaking. Are you guys still hearing my voice? Is it still loud? So once uh uh the stream is going on fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So once that is it, and then at least be sure that you can see my screen. Uh so please confirm that you can still see my screen too. Confirm that. Thank you so much for the response. So so now the one thing we want us to do is that I want us to quickly go through Python. I want to quickly confirm. Are you? I can see you. All right, good. Thank you, Edmond. You can see my. Thank you so much. All right. So I don't know why YouTube is saying it's poor, but if you can see my screen, then I don't think that we should have problem. Let me close some of these things. Let's see. Uh, let's go to let me increase that. So I think maybe the bit rate is low. Let's see how to increase it. Maybe my output is too low. Let me change it to 1.5, and then let's apply it, and then let's see what happens. All right, so Okay, so let me continue. Let me continue. So, uh, thank you, Dr. James. Thank you so much. All right, so I would continue from where I'll continue. So now Python. So the first thing we want to do on Python is that, of course, this is the syntax for Python. That's how to write Python. Hello world. So let's go to intro. So the reason why I'm opening all these things for us on the web is so that we can know that all these things are actually available for us. Don't let us always think that we need anything special. Everything we need is honestly on the internet. So, and that's why I don't hide anything. I don't hide anything. If I'm going to ChatGPT, I show you I'm on ChatGPT. If I'm on this, I show you I'm on this. The reason is because so that you know that um, all we have to learn is actually online, and this can actually help somebody already, right? If I'm correct. Okay, so let's continue. So, what is Python? So, uh, Python is a popular programming language, and it is created by Guid Guido van Rossum, released in 1991. I wouldn't want to bore us with all these details. I wouldn't want to bore us with uh, all these details, right? Let me see. You have 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. Are you getting the signal that I have 30 seconds? Let me know, Dr. James. Let me know why you said I have 30 seconds so that I can know what to do next. Okay. So, while I wait for that, let me continue. I don't want us to bore us with so many grammar, so I'll just continue straight up. Okay, so what is Python? Python is a popular programming language created by this man, Guido van Rossum, and released in 1991. It's used for web development, server side. It's used for software development. It's for mathematics. It's for system scripting. Like we just did now, we'll see that it is used for system scripting. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you, Edmond. So I think I should continue, right? So that we can just move forward, can stop the back and forth. All right. So what can Python do? We've already said some of the things it can do, right? We said it's for web development, so well, server side, it's for software development, for mathematics, and for system scripting. So what can Python do? Python can be used on a server to create web application, can be used alongside software to create workflows. It can connect to database system. It can also read and modify files. Python can be used to handle big data and perform complex mathematics. Python can be used for rapid prototyping or production-ready software development. So we can see that Python is actually one of the most broad programming language that we can use. Why Python? Why are we learning Python? Python works on different platforms: Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, etc., etc. All right. Uh, okay. Well, let's see. Of course, if it stops, let me know on the WhatsApp. If it stops, right? So, but then if it's not stopping, then of course, let's continue. Okay. So the next thing says, why Python? Python work on different platforms. So we can use Python is cross use is very useful for cross platforms. Can be used in all kinds of platforms, and and obviously all kinds of operating system, right? So in Windows, in Mac, in Linux, Python can be used. Very interesting. Python has a simple syntax similar to English language. So one of the things that makes Python very good is that it has uh, it has a it has a very good it has a very good syntax, very close to English language, which I think is very good, right? So the next thing is that Python has a syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other languages. So Python, Python has a lot of shortcuts. Something that you might use maybe a page to write in maybe C, Python might just be a single line. So that's how interesting it is. Python runs on an interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed as it is written. So this means that prototyping can be very quick, right? So it means that Python executes very fast, right? Just like you can see, there's really no much difference between the Python and the Bash. You can see that both of them ran very fast and they were very good, right? So so we can see that, and that is it. So another thing is Python can be treated as in a procedural way. Python can be treated in a procedural way and an object-oriented way or a functional way. So there's so many ways to relate with Python. Programmers, front-end programmers, and all that. You guys know more about this stuff, right? So good to know that the most recent version of Python is Python 3. So let's put that at the back of our mind, which we'll be using, so, however, Python 2, although not being updated with any other security update, is still quite popular. Some people are still using Python 2 to today, but of course, I won't advise anybody to use Python 2. I would say everybody should keep using Python 3. All right. So, thank you, Doctor. Yeah, it's still on. Yeah, can continue. Thank you so much. All right. So, the next thing is, um, it's good to know that you can be using we can use text editor like you saw in the last thing that we did. We manipulated files, we did it on VS Code. So Python can be written in integrated development environment such as VS Code, PyCharm, Tony, NetBeans, Eclipse, many other ones like that. So Python syntax compared to other programming language, Python was designed for readability and has some similarities to the English language with influences from mathematics. Python uses new lines to complete a command. So if I see that anything that was said, you would understand. I would not have to explain, right? So Python uses new lines to complete a command as opposed to other programming language which often use semicolon or parentheses. In Python, Python does not necessarily need or so many terminations. It can it use the next line. So it reads this line by line, from the first line to the last line, that's how it works. Then Python relies on indentation using white spaces to define scope, such as scope of loops, function, and classes. Other programming languages often use curly brackets. So we can see that Python actually uses indentation. So, that is why I had to put it on ChatGPT. If you remember yesterday, we had formatting problem, which was owing to the fact that there was indentation issue. Uh, and then, yeah, and then we can also see that um, there were white spaces, that is, spaces that were not used. It can also affect Python. Not just Python, of course, it affected our Bash the other time. So, and then to define scope, we use indentation to define scope. For example, a for loop, let's quickly check our for loop. Let's see what I mean by define scope. So I open the VS Code again. I'll show us what they mean by define scope. So if you do a for loop, normally a for loop, the way the Python, we know that, oh, this is the end, or this is where the loop started and end, is that everything is well indented. So let me quickly show us from this code. Now, if we check this code very well, you'd see that if and else here are on the same line. The if else here are on the same line. So that is a scope. So once it runs this if and else, that is a scope. Then if you see this for here, you see this for, yeah. So for in is already a line, so it's okay with it. It doesn't have a problem. But under the for, inside the for, there's if. See this if now, it's operating inside the for. So this indentation, the fact that the for is at the back, right, means that this if is under the for. Do you see now? That's how Python works. And then you can see inside a if, see another if. So if in if, like nested if. Do you get? So if else, you can see there's if here and there's if else here. So this if else is actually under this if. That's what they mean by define scope. So it tells the system that, oh, run this one. When you run this if, when you run this if and this else, stop. That's the scope. You can see. And then for the for, it runs everything. This for now, every other thing here is under this for, because the for is outside. Do you see? And you did you see that? So every other thing here is under the for, and then you can see the if, every if here, this if here is under this if here. So that's what we mean by scope. Okay, so if you are understanding me, you can let me know on the chat box. You can just say, yeah, it's clear, it's good. So that's to know that some of us are still following. I think we're just very few on the call or on the live stream. So I hope that at least if we can record, good for us, right? It's actually to help to easily people can easily come back. Thank you, Edmond. Okay, Edmond said it is clear. Thank you, Edmond. So that is it. And then at least now that we're trying to record, people can easily come back to watch this stream, right? So that makes a lot of sense. All right, at least for now, if there's a better solution, of course, we would like that, but then this is what I can think of for now. So thank you, Edmond, for the response. Okay, so the next thing is we're done with the intro. I've explained that. Okay, other programming language often uses curly braces for this purpose. So, like I said, we've already explained that. All right, next one. Let's go to the next word, Python. Um, this I don't think I have to do this, right? So, but then we need to install Python on our PC. If you don't have Python, please do install. And this is how to install Python. Many PC and Mac will have Python already installed, but I doubt it for a Windows PC. So to check if you have Python installed on your PC, uh, use in the search for Python and run the following. So you can run this. So let me quickly run it on my VS Code. You can run it in your command prompt. So, but then trust me, it doesn't have to be your command prompt. You can run it on your VS Code terminal too. You can run it on your Bash too. So let me so how do I want to know if there is Python. I'll say Python dash dash version and then press enter. You can see the response. It showed me I have Python 3.13.5. So I have Python 3.13.5. So that's how to check if you have Python. If you check like this and it is not there, then you have to install Python. And how do we install Python? How do we install Python? There are a lot of ways to install Python. Yeah, but the easiest way is to just come here, just go to your web browser and say download Python. Once you download Python, it takes you to this um web page. You click on download Python. When you click on download Python, it takes you to Python site. Then you click on the latest version. So you can see 3.1, 3.5, and that's what I also have uh, on my system. So can easily download the latest version. Once you download the latest version, during the installation, you're supposed to set the path. Let me show. I don't know if I can show us here. Well, let me see if I can show us. When you click on download, you can see it starts loading, right? So let's finish downloading. I want to show us a place. So we have to check that place so that I can add it to path. So so that because some people will just install it and then it's not going to work because it's not been added to path, right? So but then you can see once this is finished downloading, then I will continue from there. So let's wait for it to finish downloading. So so uh so the next thing I want to talk about while we look at how to install do our Python, uh you can see this is another way. You can see this is another way to install to check Python. Check the Python version. Uh, so I don't know how this works, but it might not work from here. Let me see. But sys. I don't think it will work here anyway. Don't worry. Don't let us try it. So, but then I've already showed us how to check for Passion for the Python version, right? So I don't think I have to go further. So now that Python has downloaded, let's open it. So it's in my download, and then let's double click Python. So when you double click the Python, I've double clicked it. I'm expecting it to work. So you can see because I already have it before, uh, you're right. So I can just say modify. Normally, if you have not installed it before, you just click on install. But let me say modify now. So you can see this part. You can decide to install documentation. Make sure you check this. Check PIP, check this. So you can see this is where I'm going to. It says create a shortcut. Yeah, this exactly this place. Add Python to environment variable. If I uncheck this now, if I uncheck this, I won't be able to use Python on my terminals. So, but if I check it, I'll be able to use Python on my terminal. And once you just make sure that add Python to environmental variable is checked, and then you can press install. I will not do that because I already have it. So I'll just say cancel. So I just let it show us that. Right. So let's go ahead. We're almost done. So the next thing is we are done with that. At least we now know how to install Python. So let's go into the syntax. Let's see few syntaxes and then we can uh, continue, right? Okay, so Python syntaxes, there's a way Python works, and it's actually good that it is like that. It's not that hard. Python is not hard at all. Very easy to use, and so let me show us something. Let me open a Python. Let me see how to open a Python environment here, so that we can easily work. Let me see Python. I think I have a Python. I'm trying to see if I can open a Python environment, not a bash script. Uh, I'll probably figure it out next time. But then you can easily have a Python environment, a Python runtime environment where you just run things. So, but for now, let's still use a script. So before I use a script, I think I'll just copy. Let's copy. So let's put it right. Let's keep it somewhere on the notepad. I will be pasting that myself later on, right? So because I remember Edmond mentioned that. So we can let's new files and then paste. All right, very good. So let's leave that. So now going back to my VS Code, I want us to quickly start running Python. So let's clear this. So the next thing we want to do is we want to say print. So print, then into brackets, you say hello world. So this hello world will be in quotes. You quote it because Python does not understand what you're trying to do. So now this is the script printed. So remember, this script, we have to open this script, cd extension .py. So we want to run the first Python program which says hello world, print hello world. So let's quickly run it. So how to run it? We have written that I have autosave, so I don't have to save. So please always turn on autosave. This is how to turn on autosave. File to run it is to just say Python, just say Python, and then just say hello world here. So that is what we just did with Python now. So we've successfully run hello world. Want to see indentation. So Python indentation, we already said that Python has issues with indentation. Python doesn't joke with indentation. In fact, indentation is one of the things you have to learn in Python. It will help you know how your codes are being used, right? It's going to really help you. I don't know. Please, uh, my stream is saying poor. Please let me know if you can still see it and if you can still hear me, if I'm still clear. Okay, I think I can still hear me. So, do we get um and hope my screen. Oh, very good, Edmond. Thank you so much. Hope my screen is correlating with my voice, so that I can also check that. Thank you so much for staying on the call. Give it like few. It should normalize. Let's go ahead. Let me see my video. Let me check my tools to reset. Let me see. Let me see my settings. Oof, let me see. Still 1.5. Very, very balanced. Let me increase my audio bit rates because of the lag. I hope we're still hearing me. I hope you're still hearing me very clearly. I need to be sure we're hearing me very clearly. So, uh, Edmond, am I still audible? Let me know. Edmond, okay. So, okay. So, uh, that's fine. I think that maybe it's network. I believe it's network issue. So, I don't want it to break. So, I'm already seeing what to close, and so that I can manage through. Okay, yes, I'm audible. Thank you. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can be sure that I don't want others to miss out when they are already watching, right? So and that's why I'm doing this. All right, so let's continue with the Python. So now there's something very spectacular about Python, which is indentation, and we have to know that Python is very picky about indentation. Indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of a code line, where in other programming language, indentation code is for readability, but indentation in Python is very important. So we have to know that Python doesn't joke with indentation. So Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. So let's take, for example, we can see, thank you. So we can see this block of code. Um, let me see, we're already like an hour. Uh, let's see how to stop by 9. I don't want it to be more than one, like I don't want it to be up to 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's say I'll stop by 9. So so the Python will give an error if you skip the indentation. So let's try it. Let me do this. I've copied it. I hope it copies and then take it straight to my my script, and then let's paste it there. Good. So you can see now, this 5 is greater than 2. So now look at what happens now. If I remove this indentation and I say, and I push it on the same line, did you see? Very, like, Python is very good with catching errors. You can see immediately tells me that there's a problem. You can see the red line. Immediately tells me that, bro, what are you doing? This thing has a problem. Try to push it forward a tab. When I push forward a tab, then it will not show error here anymore. So you can see 5 is greater than 2. So which is very interesting. All right. So let's continue. Um, okay, let's continue. So the next thing says, so we've checked that. So number of spaces is up to you as a programmer. The most common use is 4. It has to be at least 1. So no matter what, it has to be at least than 2. If 5 is greater than 2, print 5 is greater than 2. So let's try this. Let's try this one. So the first, I'm thinking, I'm already seeing that the first block of code will read itself, and then it says you have to use the same number of spaces in the same block of code. Otherwise, Python will give an error. So let's try this. Uh, let's copy it. So you can see this. Now let's run it. Let's see what Python says. You see, so it ran the first line. You can see, at least you can see that we had just one gap, just a small gap here. He ran it, and then you can see very wide gap. You can see he still ran it. Do you see? So the reason why we are doing this so that we can see, can really understand what we're doing very succinctly. Okay, so I'll continue. Let me see. I'll see. Excellent. All right, good. So now the next thing we want to check is, you would see this. This way, there will be an error here because we'll be. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, right? Because you are writing print twice, you cannot. The first print cannot be here, and the next print now it has removed the error. But once you push, you see a print on the same scope. So you can see once that happens here, my guess is as good as you. You see, 2 times. So that hope we're already getting it. Okay, so the next thing is let me see, Python variable. So I will stop at variable, then we'll continue. Please let's understand how Python works. Like I said, we need Python as a cloud engineer. You cannot escape Python. You need Python. So let's embrace it. It might be challenging for some people. They might be looking like, why are we learning Python? Free that Python is very important, and we need to embrace it. Okay, so let's go ahead. So y equals to hello world. So if you print y is to 5, meaning that you assign 5 to x rather, meaning that the value of x is 5. Remember, variables are actually just place, or saying that x my xo, if I say print y command my Python script, do you see? Do you see what happened? It says hello world, and then it says 5. So it prints both. Let's print x on the print. What happens again? So this time, let's go. Let's see what happens. And the value of x is 5. So I just need to show us that so that we know that it's just holding a value, right? It's just a value of x is 5, while the value of y is what? Hello world. So Python has no command for declaring a variable. There's no special. Let's ask questions along for people that want to watch. So do we have questions? Do we have questions so far? The one we did before, anybody can respond on you understand. Um, okay, then it's clear. Just say everything. If they don't want to ask questions and the response, can we still hear me? Look like my network is very bad now. Again, stream. Let's do output of. Let's reduce the output. Let's see how it looks like. Okay. So I want to believe we are good anyway, because I don't want us to also make this thing very long. So, okay, so if there's any question, we can always ask on the chat box. We want us to close now because it's almost 9. You can continue right on the chat. You can like the video. You can actually hit the subscribe button. So, joining, I believe we all understood. Let's enjoy.